We should do a featured ASMR episode.
It's like, do ASMR with Savvy.
Why?
People like fall asleep to it. It's like a soothing sound.
No, I love ASMR.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Savvy Talk. Today I have my guest Elijah Green, and he's going to talk about his journey from California to Oregon when he went to go play football at Western Oregon. Hey Elijah, how you doing today?
Good. Enjoying sunshine.
Yeah,
Glad
same.
to be here.
You said earlier off screen, he said that he can't get a tan in Oregon.
No, not at all.
Sucks. I know. I always check the UV to see if randomly it's going to pop up to like a 10 or 11. Never happens.
You got to sit out there for a while.
Yeah.
Boat trips help.
Yesterday,
about it.
I sat out for about 2.5 hours trying to tan, and it still didn't work. I didn't get any
You get a
lines.
little shade. Very little.
Very little. At least I don't burn. I think that's a blessing.
Definitely an advantage.
When did you realize that football was more than just a game for you?
It's always a hard one to pinpoint. I can go back to playing basketball, getting a lot of fouls called on me and getting benched, and they were like, you're too aggressive. I've just always kind of had a passion for it. I think it started when I was young, just watching it with my grandpa. Like, we used to watch the Niners all the time. He'd be like, oh, you're going to play. And I was like, okay. But it wasn't until high school. I think I took it serious. Probably wasn't the best in school come freshman year of high school. And then my coaches kind of harped on me, and they were just like, you're not going to play if you don't get your grades up. So I used football to turn into good grades and focusing a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then sophomore, junior year, high school came, kind of just naturally was the captain. I just would play. Like I really was, I'm still kind of in that mentality of just going in, doing what I got to do, getting it done and calling it. But then I started to notice guys look up to me, and I was like, okay, I got to lead a little bit and just hold everybody kind of accountable. So I'd say freshman year is where I really turned it around and focused a little bit more.
Yeah, you said a little bit about being aggressive in basketball. Did that translate when you started playing football?
Oh, 100%. I started when I was, I don't even remember. I was young. Started Pee-wee. I played offensive line, kind of like what every kid does. And then naturally I was a little bit more athletic, bigger than other kids. And then I went to defense. I loved that. I loved kind of just hitting people. That was my thing. Then I went to quarterback for a little bit, wide receiver, and I was running the ball. I remember this game. I was running the ball. I can see the end zone. It was wide open. I seen the safety in my left side, and I just turned and I went right at him to go hit him. And my coach pulled me back, and he was like, you're not going to play this. You're not going to play quarterback because you want to just go hit people. You're going to stay strictly on defense. Right. And then I just knew, like, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to play defense.
Yeah. Do you think it was like a positive thing though to switch from quarterback to defense?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was bouncing around a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
You're so young, you don't really know where you're playing. I don't know if you've had the same kind of experience, kind of bounce around when you first get started, figure out where you're going to go.
For sure.
And I still bounced. I still liked offense. I liked to know what I was doing, but the hitting aspect, the chasing the ball, the going for the tackle, that's something I just had a passion for, and I learned that early.
Yeah. Talking about bouncing around in positions, I play volleyball, and I used to get moved around a lot, especially in like middle school, freshman year, because I mean, they needed me for certain positions. So I started as a hitter, and obviously I didn't grow much from there. I like to say I'm 5'2", but I am really 5'1". That doesn't do me a lot of justice in volleyball because I need a lot of tall people. And I feel like I have a lot of aggression in my sports too. I just kind of want to hit the ball as hard as I can because that's how I get things out in like a positive way and not at people.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so I feel like once I got changed to libero, I'm like, how do I get to shine? Because I can't be as aggressive. I don't get to hit the ball. I'm staying in the back row and I'm saving the ball, but I'm not doing anything. And that's when it kind of like hit me that I could do more as a libero because I understood the aspects of playing the different positions. So for you, when you played the different positions, did you understand them more because you had played them in the past? Or was that harder for you when you were in defense to understand the other positions?
I feel like I did, but it took a while. I feel like I understood more like quarterback. I kind of understood what his read was. I understood where he was going to go if this went wrong. Football is hard to I went against a lot of really athletic guys coming from California. I mean, it's crazy who you go against. So it's hard to scheme. That's where you watch film. You look at what they like to do. You really study that. But playing a bunch of different positions, learning the rules, learning what you can and can't do, it teaches you what you can do on the other side, for sure.
Did you make any connections with your fellow teammates? Do you still talk to any of them today?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Pee-wee, high school, not as much. That's definitely something you merge off of. But college, I mean, it's like a brotherhood. We've lived together. We eat together. One of my best friends, he actually came back. He's a lot older than me. He's 30. He had 5 kids we're playing with. I'm their uncle now. It's really family-like. We traveled everywhere together. So very tight-knit now.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I try to say that most of my friendships will work out past high school, but I'm excited for the college experience because just from what I've heard, I hear that a lot of people get closer because you really find your crowd in college. And I think I'm really looking forward to that. It also makes me a little nervous because I'm already having a hard time making decisions in high school. What's college going to be like?
Yeah.
And you talked earlier about grades. How did you make that quick fix to continue your football career?
I learned to not be afraid to ask for help. I think that was the number one thing in high school. I was always like, I'm just going to go get it done. But I learned to start asking for help, utilizing my teachers. That was a big thing. Just kind of focusing a little bit. I'm never still to this day, probably not the best studier. I can't study and do it. But when I get help and I kind of just do it on my own, I've learned that I work a lot better, but I need that one-on-one help showing me, hey, you're doing this right, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. With studying, I struggle to focus because I have a pretty short attention span. I think a lot of that comes from my background and my culture. Just with social media, it's just like a quick thing. I can't sit down, watch a movie, let alone study and do something I'm supposed to be doing. I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was young. Definitely played a part. I think that also played a little bit into why I love being so aggressive. I'm a very hangry person, I like to say. So the ADHD medication I was on, I can't think of the name of it. It made me not want to eat. So when I didn't want to eat, I was a lot more aggressive. Football was also my outlet for that. I learned I didn't have to really take the medication as I was playing football some more. But I'm studying. That's my downfall. I can't stay I have to do multiple things. I didn't learn until I got to college that libraries, great place to go to do your studying because you don't have any distractions. But it's still always hard to just not go on my phone. It's just right in my pocket. I'm like, oh, I can go on my phone now. Even using my computer, I'm like, well, let me look this up. I learned about this today. I'm going to go look this up and go in that rabbit hole. It's always hard. But do you think that, like, now that you've had that football being an outlet and you've learned to be more focused, do you think that's helped you with your job now?
Definitely. I like chaos, I think. Mine can be very my caseload personally for my job now is a lot of complex, a lot of chaos at times. My days can be very hard, loud, a lot of conversations, but I kind of thrive for that because when it's slow, I've noticed I just kind of like, okay, when's something going to happen? Because I need something to happen.
Yeah.
So I love that chaos. I definitely grew up knowing as I got older, took me to become an adult, I think, to realize I don't got to hit people to still find some passion.
Yeah.
But I think it does help. It has helped. Football's taught me a lot. Life, job, time management. I think responsibility and reasoning was one too. Accountability. I think I hold myself very accountable. I think I hold myself more accountable than I do others sometimes, and that's my downfall. And I'll take like the blame for things, but still learning that one for sure.
Yeah.
So you started your career and you moved here from California to Oregon. Why did you focus on Oregon for your football career?
That kind of went back to, so I'll go back to my junior year. Junior days are coming up, kind of like what you're going through right now. And I had a U of O and an Oregon State visit. It was me and 3 other teammates of mine. Coach literally put us in his Explorer and we drove up from California, from the Bay Area to Oregon. And then we came up here, we went to Corvallis for the night, I remember, but we had to go to like Eugene in between. And I got to Eugene and I was just like, oh, wow, like this is busy. This is like party school still. You can kind of tell. Looked at all the facilities, like everything at U of O was so nice. I did like it, but it was a little too technical for me. Cause then we went to OSU, kind of looked around. I don't know. I just liked it. It was a football town, small, but big at the same time, to say the least. And then senior year came, I played and everything. I was working at Target actually at the time, and it was the second half of my senior year. I didn't have a 7th period, so I just helped the coaches, or I worked out like in our weight room. And my coach comes to me, he's like, hey, Western Oregon's here to talk to you, watch your film and sit down with you and just kind of talk. So I met my defensive line coach, actually. He was the one to recruit me. And he was just like, yeah, we really like your film. I'm going to bring it back to our head coach, Ferguson. And we're going to kind of talk about maybe bringing you on. So didn't think nothing of it. At this point in my senior year, this was right before kind of COVID hit too. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go to Laney or CSM, junior college, play football for 1 year. I had the grades, so I knew it wasn't grades or anything, but I was like, I'll play football 1 year, see what I can get. I had a couple of D3s, but I really wasn't entertaining it too much. Mm-hmm. And then I was working, I remember exactly where I was. I was in the back in Target. It was a Saturday, probably like 9 a.m. And I get a call and it was an Oregon number. And I was like, okay. So I answer it and it was my D-line coach. And he's like, hey, we're going to offer you, but we want to get you on a visit first. Mm-hmm. So I came down to Monmouth, didn't know what to expect, didn't know where Monmouth was. I had no idea. Landed into PDX. They picked us up. We drove back. And we're going through Salem. And I'm like, oh, okay. Salem's not too bad. I thought that was Monmouth. I was like, it's still kind of city. I can do this. And then we drove past it and got on, I think it's 22. Is that the highway? Got on 22 and I'm like, okay, we're going nowhere. I see a river. Shocked. And we go through and I just see nothing but trees. And then we go, it's on the way to Dallas, actually, that road. Mm-hmm. We're going that way. And I see nothing but trees, houses. And I'm like, where is a school at? Like, where is this guy taking me to see if the right directions? Then we just kind of get through the trees and I just see the university. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay. This kind of reminds me of OSU. Did my visit and everything, really liked it. And I got home, kind of talked to my mom. My mom was I've been independent like all my life. It was just kind of me and my mom my whole life. So she was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of far. I was like, I did like Oregon. I didn't want to stay in California too long. And she was just like, then do it. And I just kind of made the decision, signed I signed a week after my visit. That's how I got up here. COVID hit. That was a long summer, very, very long summer for sure. So that kind of threw off the motion just a little bit. That we got here, COVID still in place. Felt like a ghost town, kind of felt like this, kind of just locked in a room, had to put on a mask just to use the bathroom in the dorms. I actually met one of my best friends who was from Petaluma, California, which is, with traffic, 50 minutes from where I am. We hung out for a while, just got really close there. Just loved it besides the rain. But coming from California, I never got rain, so first year or two, I was like, not too bad. I like rain. Mm-hmm. And then did college. I was working as a DSP at the time, and I was working in group homes with the IDD community. That's how I got introduced to the field I'm in now. Mm-hmm. It was the only job I can really do while I managed football and school. So I worked graveyard shifts. That was a whole grind in itself. So I'm sure you probably have another question for that. So I won't get into that rabbit hole just yet. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of became second nature. I kind of adapted, and I was just like, I don't think I'm going home. My mom always talks about moving up, never does. But my little brother's going into the military here in about a year, so she may move up, and I may just stay here forever.
Yeah. Do you like Oregon, like the small town feel in Oregon a lot better than busy California, or do you miss it at times?
There's
How do you
pros and
feel?
cons for sure. I get bored. I get really, really bored.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do in California. I'll give them that. I moved to Salem about a year ago, and I'm starting to realize Salem's a small town once you live here.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely get bored, but I do like it. No traffic. I learned how to drive in traffic, so it's kind of nice. I do like the space that Oregon has. It's not crammed, it's not super busy, but I like to tell people I'm a city kid still at heart, so I do miss the city sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I moved from Portland when I was, I would say probably 7 or 8, and I moved down to Salem. It was a lot different, but I liked it a lot better because I kind of like having more of a community feel. I didn't love that aspect where I felt like if I went outside, I had to be super, super careful. And obviously, you still have to be careful in places like Salem because there's a lot of other issues that happen around here. But I felt a lot safer going outside and just doing things because I was in a smaller town, and I love that like smaller town feel. A little bit ago, I lived in Dallas, and that was a little bit too much of a small town feel for me. I definitely still like being able to go out and do something. And in Dallas, you can go out and look at the trees, and then you turn around, you can look at some more trees and grass, and it's just like, and I don't know what I'm doing here really. And the people are interesting. So I really like Salem and Kaiser, that area. It kind of gives me the in-between feel of like a city and kind of like a country feel. Yeah. I like that.
I did. I learned to like that a little bit. Not during summer conditioning. It was very hot, very dry. I think that was the first time, my first summer was the first time I realized, okay, I got a little bit of hate for Oregon. Just not like Oregon in general, but the weather compared to California in the summer. I mean, at least where I was at in California, I had the ocean around me. So definitely helped with moisture in the air. And I remember first conditioning in the summer of my going into sophomore year. I was like, what am I doing here? It felt like Texas. Like, I was just like, this is terrible. We're running on the turf at 4 p.m. So it's like 100 outside, but it feels like it was like 120. And I was like, I can't do this. But I learned to like looking out into the fields and stuff like that. But like you said, that's kind of all you can really do in Polk County for sure.
Right.
We barely had anything. We had a McDonald's in Monmouth.
Yep.
That was always a fun, exciting trip to McDonald's. We did go to Dallas for the first 2 years to go to Taco Bell. So you guys Dallas has that.
No, that's still a thing, actually. A lot of people like to meet at that Taco Bell. It happens after any, like, when they have games out there. I still go because I still have, like, friends from there. But obviously, I go to school and live in Salem. Mm-hmm. How was where you grew up? Like, how did that shape you as an athlete or a person?
It taught me diversity, for sure. But it also taught me to not be afraid of adversity. I think I didn't grow up in the best of town. Mm-hmm. It wasn't terrible, but a lot of gang violence. Shall I say the ghetto, for sure. But I kind of learned to adapt. It was kind of where I learned that people can be in hard times, live in poverty, but still kind of see the light of day. It kind of helped me push through my toughest days. I had to go walk to the corner store, and it's kind of like family. I mean, didn't know them too well, but they knew my name, or like I'd have a conversation with them. I was always standing out compared to everybody else. So they were like, oh, that's the big kid that plays football. That's what I used to be known for. So definitely taught me the biggest thing, diversity and adversity, how to face those two.
Yeah. Do you think that translated when you got to Oregon, or was it a completely different feel?
It was completely different. I think it was good that I knew that, but it seemed more welcoming. I remember the first time I drove into Monmouth, looking around, a person on the sidewalk just starts waving. I was like, oh, hi. Everybody seemed to say hi, where back where I'm from, everybody's like, what are you looking at? So that was the biggest difference for sure. It's been so long, I haven't thought about it, but I've kind of adapted for sure. I'm generally a nice person. I won't always say hi, but I always won't say, like, what are you looking at? I'll just kind of go, like, smile and wave. Unless it's, like, awkward. I'm like, you're staring a little too hard. Something wrong. But, yeah, it was a flip for sure.
Yeah. All I was thinking was the smile and wave. The smile and wave, boys. Yep. Smile and wave.
That's exactly.
Okay. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Play the clip from Madagascar right there.
That there? Yep.
Yes, put the penguin like right here. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
That's how it is, though. I truly feel like it is sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like in some social aspects I can be super outgoing. I love to talk a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much. But I also get super anxious talking to people that I don't know. Like for a little bit, I struggled with ordering my own food because I didn't want to talk to the waiter, and so I'd make them order for me. So I understand that to a certain extent too.
It's hard. It's sometimes hard because you don't know who you're talking to, what offense they're going to take to it. It's sometimes hard to read social cues, even if you're good at it. Somebody can have a really bad day, terrible mood, but they could be smiling, and you don't know. On the ordering stuff, don't worry. I know 23, 24, 25-year-olds that don't order their stuff. I have to call to order it. So I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's sometimes hard to read social cues when talking to someone new, so I can kind of get that too. I feel like I try to be as neutral as possible with those conversations in those settings, but I get that too. I get the same feeling. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hi, bye. That sometimes.
Do you, like, what you do for work, do you talk to a lot of people, or do they come and talk to you?
It's a mix for sure. I do, my job does pertain to talking to a lot of people, connecting a lot of dots sometimes. I would say every day I'm talking to at least 15 different people. So a lot of talking, a lot of reading social cues. And sometimes I can't read social cues because it's a tone of a voice or it's a text message. I can't really tell what I'm walking into sometimes. So that teaches me to be neutral, as neutral as possible, for sure.
Oh, you have a tattoo?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Oh, I literally this is me not paying attention to the cues. I don't notice.
That's not a cue. That's just observation.
I don't observe any of that, actually. When did you get your first tattoo?
15. I got my mom's name. My mom was with me. She was with me to do it. My mom never really cared. It's funny because I got this one right here. When I was 15. And then later that day I had some more money. I looked at my mom, I was like, you think you'll do another tattoo? And then I got the one up here the same day. From there on out, it's kind of just been adding more and more. I got this whole half part done.
That's so cool.
I got my driver's license. It was my mom's gift for getting my driver's license. I'm not telling her any ideas.
I think you should be. I want a tattoo so bad.
Yeah, my mom, she was fine with it. She always told me she got hers really young, maybe not as young as me though. She always told me, she's like, just make sure it's something you want forever because there's no going back. And I was like, yeah. So then it just kind of started there. Very expensive habit though. Very expensive.
Yeah, same with piercings. I love piercings. I have 8 right now, and I'm planning on doing more because I want to No, I'm not. I'm not planning on doing it anymore. I want to decorate them. Like, I don't know. I'm obsessed with piercings. I want my nose pierced. I want my belly button pierced. I'm not saying that. I was going to say I want everything pierced, but I don't like how that sounds. I like. Did anyone ever doubt you, and how did you deal with that?
I don't think anybody's ever told me they doubted me. Besides maybe like a teacher, but I probably wasn't the best kid in elementary and middle school. So maybe some teachers did. I felt doubt. I felt a lot of people doubt me, but maybe it's just my own self doubting myself. I said that 3 times. I would say the biggest battle for me sometimes is myself. I think I doubt myself more often than not, where I find others are more encouraging. Like, what are you talking about? You're doing a good job. I'm like, no, I'm not. So the way I kind of deal with it is, even if, like I said, no one's ever told me they doubted me, but if someone was, I kind of just doubt myself already. So I just know I got to overcome it. I kind of don't pay attention to it. It's in one ear out the other.
Mm-hmm.
I like the challenge. I like challenges in general. Football, I think I loved as I got older with football was when I messed up on a drill or did something wrong, I would get more mad at myself than I would my play style. It'd make me want to relearn something or redo it. For as long as I did, I realized I still need to learn different things, whether it was like the way you stepped or the way my hand placement was.
Mm-hmm.
Those little things kind of drove me to do other things and make plays. It's, I think the best feeling about my position, I played defensive line, so the best thing about my position, they're like, oh, you got a sack. It's like what I did to get the sack, like how I beat that guy.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. I like that feeling.
Do you like learning the new things? Is there always something to learn in football, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. College taught me that one. Film, playing different guys.
Mm-hmm.
Different backgrounds, different sizes, different ways of talking. Some like to talk a lot. Some just put their head down. Some are like best buds. You never really know what you're going into. So learning people's weaknesses was a big one. Every week it was a new person, whether that's the running back, the quarterback, the offensive lineman, the coach, sometimes what they like to do. There was always something to learn.
When you talk about, I've never played football, so I don't know much about like watching film. Do you ever watch like the other team's plays before you like play the team?
Yeah, so we watch the first game of the year. Usually we would watch their last game of the season. Take into consideration who's starting, because sometimes, you had a lot of seniors starting that year.
Yeah.
So we'd go back to games where we see them play.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they got like a new offensive coordinator, we would see where they came from, look at their play style kind of from their old school, kind of get some film on that. Usually teams, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on this, they would send us film to watch and we'd send them film to watch. So we'd watch. We never watched practices. That was more high school practices. No, I wouldn't even say in high school we watched practice. We watched scrimmages. That's what it was. But every week we'd watch the week before. If it's the middle of the season, we'd watch their most successful game the week before and their worst game usually. And we would look at different things here and there. The head coach, Arn Ferguson, he's been at Western for a long time. I couldn't tell you how long exactly. He's very smart. He's probably one of the smartest coaches I've ever played under. Mm-hmm. And he would pick up things like, hey, do you see how that guy's looking? The ball's going that way. And like that helped a lot for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever remember like any players specifically? Do you remember their weaknesses like when you went into future games? Did you ever remember anything?
Yeah. I wouldn't say like I lined up and I was like, oh, this guy's built just like number 70 from the last game, because a lot of them were. But I would pick up on, hey, he likes to step out here. What did I do before to beat that? Or if he's good at beating what I did before, then I'll look for new ways to kind of do that, to beat whatever I'm going against.
Do you think football is more mentally challenging or physically challenging?
Both. When I was younger, it was easy to kind of run into a brick wall, so less physical there.
Mm-hmm.
But also when I was playing high school, You just need a bigger guy to go against a smaller guy. Anybody could play high school football.
Yeah.
Once I got to college, I learned that it was a lot more mental. Fast. You gotta know what you're doing. For sure. That's where film came to be so important. I would say 90% of college football is mental schemes, knowing what they're doing. You can't just go out and run into somebody, hope it works, because they have schemes to stop people from doing that. Usually teams would change their scheme based on who they're playing, what size they have. I know we would offensively, what defense, formations, so many different aspects of football that you have to learn. So it can become challenging mentally, for sure.
Do you think that, because I'm a cheerleader, I kind of want to know this from somebody who plays football, does the crowd ever get you really hyped up to play better, or does it get distracting sometimes?
Hit or miss. If you're on the sideline or if you're running out, you can definitely hear them. You can feel it. When I'm in the game, though, I always tell people this. I never heard the crowd. Never heard them. It's like background noise. I hear the quarterback. I hear them talking. I hear the refs. That's about it. But then when you go to the sideline, it's just, you feel the energy. Unless you're in the student section. And oftentimes we were in the student section on away games. That was fun, to say the least. A lot of drunk kids, a lot of drunk college kids yelling. They'll call you out. They do research, actually. They knew where I was from. Some of them might have known my dog's name, to be honest. I don't know. So the crowds can be intimidating, but it's fun. I love it. Sometimes we kind of fed into it. I'd make a play, come back, and I know who said it, and I'd look at them, and my coach always like grabbed my shoulder pads and turned me around, but I was ready to say something before. Sure.
Yeah.
Our high school has like a student-run organization
Where you
do your background research on certain people, and that's how you knock them down in games, and that's not a great thing, but
that's where that mental comes back into place. I can't say I'm not guilty of it. We used to get a scouting report of our team. Me and my teammates used to look up social medias we can use against a player. Just to get in their heads, because you can get in somebody's head. Now, we wouldn't take it too far, of course, but little things can do it, for sure. Like if I knew their girlfriend's name. I can't say I haven't, tell her I said hi. And it flips a switch. It kind of just makes some, people have done it to me. That's the stuff you kind of don't see, for sure. It's fun. And at the end of the day, you still shake hands. Maybe I make a play. Sometimes there's guys that shake my hand. They make a play. I shake their hand.
Yeah. It's kind of terrible.
It sounds a lot worse than it is. I can see why football players aren't always mic'd up. A lot of things get said on that field. You learn in college. I learned it's just a game. You just play it down. It's over with. Move on.
Is the locker room cool down or like a sacred space?
What do you mean by that?
So like, do you guys just chill out in there and it's just like whatever? It's like, these are the people I play with, or is it like you have deep conversations? I want to know, like, what's going on in the guys' locker room? Why does it smell that bad?
That's a question I can't answer. Yeah, the locker room smells. I don't know that one. We were always clean. Like the D line was always together. We always kept our stuff clean, but can't say that for everybody. No hate to any of my teammates, but some of them they used to always get messages in our group chat. Put your laundry away. You didn't put your laundry away. And you're just like, guys, put the laundry in the hamper. We don't have to wash it. But the atmosphere depends on the setting. I mean, we had a really good practice with a lot of energy. Guys would come back, turn on music, and we're just having fun laughing. Other times, in between meetings and stuff, we'd have deep conversations about things. It's sacred, for sure. Create memories, I want to say. You're always creating memories, good, bad, blah. I mean, it all depends, though. Setting factors. If we lost, everybody's kind of just getting dressed, going home. We win.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the locker room or at the tailgate right away. So Either or.
Do you have any regrets from college or high school?
I don't think there's anything I'd want to change. I think there's regrets of times I didn't take advantage of certain things, like studying a little bit more. That's one I can think of, very vague, but football in general. There's definitely plays I wish I could have made, but it doesn't keep me up at night.
Mm-hmm.
But just those little moments, for sure.
Yeah, and you just graduated, so what's like the next step for you? Graduated college, not high school.
Just kind of figure out where I'm going with life.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what I'm doing. Get settled. I think that's the hardest part. I'm like in that age group where just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Where I work now, I like what I do. So I'm definitely doing that. But like where I'm living, just everything's still kind of up in the air.
Yeah. 23, that would be my golden birthday. How does high school level training differ from college level training?
It's a lot more focused and in depth for sure. I had really good high school coaches towards my junior and senior year. That kind of pushed me to be better. They used to tell me all the time, they're like, oh, you're not going junior college. You're going to go play college football. But they'd always get us to push ourselves. We used to have a rule actually in high school where we had to watch an hour of film before the game, and if you didn't, you wouldn't play. And like we were like, why? And when I got to college, it made me realize why they did that, because it was very important. But training wise, college is way different. We have a strength program. We test our maxes for everything. Sprints, verticals, height, weight. We did weekly weigh-ins. Our strength coach, she would like yell at us for either being too overweight or too underweight. She'd have like a goal number for us. We track almost everything. Mm-hmm. And then it's all around, year round. Where football in high school, we would lift. We'd have spring ball, and then summer camp came around. Mm-hmm. But football in college was year-round training, whether we're in a winter program, summer, spring ball, or season.
Yeah, I never catch a break. Mom signs me up for a lot. And I feel like once I'm in college, it's actually, I'll be more focused for sure, but I'll actually have less, because I feel like with having somebody like constantly right here, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I never have a dull moment. I never sit back and relax, and she might disagree with that. I'm excited for that college experience to just kind of be away from everything and get like a different environment, different feel, kind of being on my own. Were you excited to go to college, or were you nervous to be away from your mom?
I would say a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. Since I was young, I was very independent. I knew how to kind of ride the bus. My mom kind of let me do. She would want to know what I was doing, but she was never really super micromanagement with me. But it helps. I mean, like you said, your mom's on you. I would say once you get to college, yes, she will have that freedom, but you're going to know right from wrong for sure. You're going to know.
Right.
Okay, I have this assignment due at this time. I got to get it done because I have practice at this time. You're going to have a weight lifted off. You're also still going to be in that. So when I moved, I kind of already had that mindset, which helped. Mm. It was just kind of adapting to where I was and what I needed to do. It was different. I can like go to lunch with my mom. Kind of lost a little bit of communication with my mom, like just because I was so busy. It was kind of hard to find that time to call her and stuff. Mm-hmm. So definitely helped my little brother too. That it's crazy to think when I went to college, I don't think he wasn't even in high school yet. And now he's 18, gonna go into the military, and it's like time just flies. So
yeah.
You definitely miss those dull moments for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad my mom instills some stuff in me, especially because then I'll be better prepared for the college things.
It's a lot.
Some people have to learn on their own.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a high school athlete that feels overlooked?
Don't give up. even if like offers aren't coming through, keep going, keep up on your academics. There's always going to be another route. You want to do something, you're going to find a way to do it. Whether that's junior college, maybe it is D2, maybe it's D3, and that's your only offer, and it's what you want to do, just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Trust that everything kind of falls into place where it needs to be, no matter what, injuries, academics, life. Just don't fear adversity. Face it, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
Just put that in quotes. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Almost preach. Yeah, I feel like I've always kind of been the underdog a little bit. I try my best to be in the spotlight, but sometimes I struggle doing things just for myself. I like doing things for a team, and that's why I always like during a tryout, I might not play as good as I will when I play a game, because I feel like I'm doing it for the people around me. I'm doing it for the love of the sport. I'm not just doing it for myself. And I feel like that's something I definitely need to work on, because I love giving it my all, but I love giving it my all to give to everybody else. And I think I'm struggling with that. And that's what kind of makes me the underdog, is because it's like, well, where did that come from? Like that level of play, you just hit the next level while you're out here playing with everybody else. But when you're alone, are you working at it? Are you doing all that extra stuff? Are you really shining through?
And sometimes you just got to silence yourself. I think that's, you sound like a lot like what I was when I was playing. Your doubt is within yourself. It's you versus you.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately it is you versus you, no matter who you're going against. I think just giving yourself a pat on the back every now and then helps. I think I didn't do that as much. And sometimes it was months later before I was like, oh, I actually did make a really good play, or, oh, I did turn that assignment in on time.
Mm-hmm.
So taking that time to appreciate yourself does help.
Did you have any like role models? Did you have any role models or anyone that helped like appreciate you?
Oh, 100%. I can name a few. I mean, in different moments, different people were around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm often somebody who doesn't talk about what's going on. I kind of just do. I try not to show emotion, just go back to staying neutral. But those around me, they kind of can pick up on when I'm struggling with something or practice. My best friend that I was talking about, that's 30 years old. He's probably one of my biggest motivators. He would pick me up. I'd get down on myself in a game. He'd come up, tap my helmet, or throw water on the back of my neck. Stop. You're fine.
Yeah.
Go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So,
That's nice.
teammates, coaches, sometimes it's hard to see when coaches are letting you know they're proud of you because they want you to keep going. No, good.
What connection got you into DSP Connections? Sorry.
That's not a bad one.
So much better in my head. I'm sorry.
I had a feeling that was going to go that way. I mean, I was already a DSP. So when I finished football, I was just working, school. Still a DSP at the time. Then at my last company, I became a house manager. Went through that really fast. Then it kind of goes back to what I was saying about things are going to play out the way they're supposed to. I hated my last job. It was just burnout, everything. I'm out actually on a concussion from work, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm applying to jobs, and I came across a different position with DSP. It was pairing. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to apply to this. And I got a call back 30 minutes later, and they're like, can you come in for an interview? And then we did our interview. They called me back probably an hour after that. Can you come in for a second interview? So I came in for a second interview. And I had told them then, I was like, I am currently out on a concussion. And they're like, oh, okay. And like we finished the interview. And then they wrote me an email and said, let us know when you're cleared. And I'm coming from a job that was not the best. So it was hard for me to believe them. And I was just like, oh, I'm not going to get the job. I'm not going to get the job. I'm just stressed out. I'm like, I'm not going back to my old job. And I get cleared. I called them back and they're like, okay, come in for a third interview. And they let me know they were going to go with a different position. And I was kind of terrified because they're like, you're going to have a caseload of 100 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. One thing I looked at them and said, I'm not going to be on call, right? And they're like, no. I was like, I'll do it. That's fine. So it kind of worked out. It just worked out, timing. And then I did that. I've been there for almost a year. Loved what I've done ever since.
Do you feel like you connect with your people, like the clients and the people, the staff?
Yes, 100%. Families, I try to make as much of impact as I can. There's things that I can't always do because it's out of my control. Working in that field,
Right.
I'm sure you're probably open to how many resources go into place. A lot of it's talking with mom, and I'm like, okay, what can I do? And then I gotta go talk to somebody else and just pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, let me get this done. I'm trying to do as much as I can, but sometimes I hit a brick wall, and all I can do is pass the message along. So, the biggest impact I can make, for sure, I try to make, but sometimes I can't always do it. I'm just the messenger.
Right.
But I'll still check in, try to just form as many relationships with DSPs, families, the clients I support, and my coworkers in the office, and just kind of work as one. And be that if, excuse me, if someone's having a bad day, be that person that can bring them up sometimes too.
Yeah. I feel like I try to make connections with people who work with my sister, but it can be really hard because, one, I'm a teenager, so I'm not always in the house. And two, there are a lot of people who come in and out of my house, in and out of my life. And like, you were there a second ago, now you're gone. So
that's the hard part about this field. I would say it's hard. The turnover can be difficult, and that's one thing that DSP has done really well for my last job. They've put pride in making sure people are supported, whether it's DSPs or families, and I've loved that. I've loved being able to do that. Sometimes it's just a no, but I'm going to try to do everything I can on my end to keep those connections.
I feel like, oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm crying.
It's okay.
Promise I don't cry easily. I don't know why I'm crying. I feel like sometimes it gets really hard to see people come and go because I do make connections with people, and like a lot of people that are in and out of my house are like older sisters to me, and it's hard to see them go, but it's good to see them move on with their lives.
Yeah.
But I think now that's made it harder for me sometimes to make connections with people is because like I'm like they were just there and then they left, and they left so easily. Now none of them talk to me because obviously they just looked at it as a job, and I saw them as more my family. And I think that can get really hard. And then I don't tell a lot of people about my sister and everything because, one, I feel like it can be a sensitive topic. And two, I feel like some people aren't as welcoming as other people to those kinds of situations. And I feel like some people don't believe me. Like, I literally had someone in middle school who was like my best friend, and I never invited her over to the house because I didn't want her to be in that kind of like environment. And I told her, I was like, yeah, no, I'm dealing with some stuff right now. My sister's in the hospital. Like, I've got a lot of stuff going on. And she was like, I don't believe you. Why are you causing stuff again? And I was like, I'm not trying to cause anything. I just can't hang out right now because I've got some other stuff going on. So I think that gets really tough with the whole medical side of things. And yeah, and I don't like talking about that a lot because it makes me a little emotional, and I hate being vulnerable.
That's so good.
Yeah, kind of.
It's always hard, and I do love hearing that from you as well, because I'm on the other side of things. Mom's a trooper. Mom is oftentimes going through different battles, and she's letting me know what's going on. And sometimes all I can say is, I'm sorry. Like, what can I do to help? But hearing it from your end too, because I hear DSP side of things. I hear parent side of things, but I never really hear siblings in the home and how hard it can be with their life as well. So hearing that is inspiring. Your sister's a fighter.
She is.
I've learned she can just brighten up my day, like all the time when I come by visit. But you, just pictures I see from mom with you and her, like just the bond. And you show her that building connection and fighting is worth it too. So that's the biggest thing. And people are going to come and go. That's one thing I did learn a long time ago. But the ones that stick around are usually the ones you stay closest with, and they understand your situation.
Yeah. It's nice to know that people care about my sister too, because I feel like she doesn't get to do all the stuff that, like, I don't want to say normal, but like an average person would get to do. She has a lot of limitations because a lot of people don't believe that she can do things, and that puts a lot of limits on things that I can do and that my family can do too. And I think that gets really hard at times because I know, like, my mom pushes so hard to make me successful. That's why I'm even doing a podcast. I had no idea I was going to do a random podcast. And then Jesse, who's my boss, got me involved in something I had no idea I would be doing. Then all of a sudden, like a week later, I'm starting a podcast and talking to cool people. Like, I've never had these connections. I would probably not talk to you because I'm not in my house very often, but you swing by and you get to know the people about my house, and you get to know my sister, and that means a lot to me that somebody outside of the situation cares.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that I get to do that. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. Not your guys' case. Sometimes it doesn't work out where people want me, and I'm just there to support. And sometimes I build a really good connection with those families. Mm-hmm. So I always am super thankful that I get to do what I get to do. But like you said, there's a lot of limitations.
Yeah.
But as you continue to get older, you're going to learn, like, limitations can always be broken. You're going to see that with your sister. I know that since I've had her on my caseload, she's been amazing. I mean,
yeah.
Just everything mom tells me she does and where you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
It amazes me. And of course we got our adversity, but there's a team. There's always a team, just like you have a team. You have a volleyball, you have mom, dad, Jesse, everybody. It's always life's gonna play its course. And sometimes you just gotta let it, but you just keep doing what you have to do, for sure.
Yeah. I never expect me to cry on podcasts.
Make me cry, you turkey.
Sorry. Do you like your Cali blondes or Oregon brunettes?
I mean, my girlfriend's from California, but I met her in Oregon, so.
Aww.
Brunette. Oh, she a brunette. She was blonde when I met her, but now she's brunette, brown. She changes her hair color a lot.
I gotcha. Yeah, me too, actually. Got you into wearing hats. Have you always worn a hat?
Yeah, I kind of always do. It's like my thing. I think I'm known in the office as the guy that wears a hat all the time. Mm. I didn't start wearing hats really until college. Kind of just liked it. Mm-hmm. Easy to throw a hat on too.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's an Oregon thing also. I see a lot of hats.
Can you do the gritty?
No, not at all.
Can you try? Can you get up and do a little gritty?
I could break a hip pretty good.
I think you got this.
I think that would
be the best clip ever if you got up and did the gritty. Thank you guys so much for joining Savvy Talk. Bye.